G'day, this is just a quick tip on steeping your grains. I did a video between the difference between mashing and steeping before, and I've spoken about steeping a lot before, but I still get asked every week, at least once a week, about steeping and the correct temperatures and all that sort of thing. Anyway, steeping, if you're steeping for grains, you know, you're making an extract beer, whether it be a pre-hopped can or an unhopped extract, and you want to steep some grains to give you the head retention and things like that, and extra flavour that you want, you need to steep some grains, usually only a couple of 100 grams of grains at a time. I've got 100 grams of chocolate malt here. It's already been cracked, actually a bit too fine, but this dark chocolate malt is really brittle, and when they crack it, it tends to break up into bits. Now, okay, the temperature isn't important really with steeping. People say don't go over around this 75-80 degrees Celsius mark, and that's only because you've got a chance of releasing some tannins. It'll only be small in that small amount, but that's what it is. That you don't want to go over the 80 degree mark. Anywhere below that is fine. You don't have to put those grains in water on the stove and have it heating and keeping it at that 70 degree temperature for that half an hour. It's just not necessary. People have seen how I used to do it. Boiling water, 75 degrees, 70 degrees, pour in the grain, mix it up, put a lid on it and let it sit for half an hour, and that's all you have to do. But there's an even easier way to do it than that, and that's what I'm going to show you today. It's called cold steeping. That's how unimportant the temperature is in steeping your specialty malt. It's just not important. All the conversion's been done. The conversion's been done in here. All you're doing is extracting flavour and sugars that aren't convertible by the yeast. So cold steeping. 100 grams of chocolate malt. Say you wanted to put 100 grams of chocolate malt in a stout or in a darker beer. 100 grams of chocolate malt into a sauce. Just like that. I normally go about 1 litre of water to every 100 grams of specialty malt. It's not really important either. You're not mashing, you're steeping. Litre of cold water directly from the tap. Straight in with your grain. Give it a mix. You can see already that's coloured that water, and that means the goodness that you want is coming out already. Put a lid on it and whack it in the fridge overnight. What? Whack it in the fridge? Nah, that's what you do. You put it in the fridge overnight. You do this the night before your brew day, and you just put it in the fridge overnight. Funnily enough, I've got one prepared because I'm brewing today. I've got one in the fridge ready to go. This other one I'll use tomorrow. This one's a little bit bigger. This is 2 litres. You wanted 200 grams for a chocolate vanilla stout I'm brewing for the winter, because we've got winter coming on here. And so I did this one last night. 2 litres of water, 200 grams of that same malt. And I'll give you a look at how it turned out. So there it is there. Look at that water. Got all the colour in. Give it a mix up. And that's all you need to do. So now I've got another pot that I'm going to boil it in. So all I do is strain it, the same as you would if you've done a hot steep. Now I've got a jug of hot water, kettle of hot water that I boiled probably 20 minutes ago. I'll use about half of this, about 1 litre, just to rinse out the rest of the goodness out of that grain. That's it, done. You're ready to boil that. You want to boil that for at least 10-15 minutes just to make sure there's no nasties alive in there. And you can add your hops or whatever else you need to add for flavouring for your extract beer. As I said, so that's all there is to it. Mix it with water, your grain with water. I go about 1 litre per 100 grams in a saucepan. You want a clean saucepan, of course, and nice clean water. In the fridge overnight. Strain it out, rinse it with a bit more water, and there you go. You've got all the goodness you need, or you want, and a bit of extra flavour to put in your extract brews. I hope that's helped someone with the steeping. And for people that didn't know about cold steeping, it works. As I said, it's only for specialty grains and grains you don't have to mash. You don't do it with a kilo of grain for mini mash. You don't do it with a full mash, of course. This is steeping for adding flavour and head retention to your extract beers. Cheers.